By now, everyone's asking the same question. Should I buy Bitcoin right now? And that's exactly what we'll be answering in today's video. We will cover everything from Bitcoin's price prediction to our investment strategy, including when we plan to exit our positions. So, let's get into it. Like and subscribe to not miss any daily crypto videos in the future. Point 1. Should I buy Bitcoin now? The short answer is yes. But first, let me update you on my previous Bitcoin forecast. I previously set a price target of $200,000 by the end of 2025. Now, after all the recent events, I still expect Bitcoin to reach $200,000 plus. This is mainly because global liquidity is tighter than I expected. So, let's talk about Bitcoin's price action. For the price to resume its uptrend, it must take out the 50-week simple moving average, which currently sits at $76,000. As long as this level holds, Bitcoin is still in a bull market, not a bear market. Bitcoin is still in an uptrend. In fact, every single bull market has had a death cross. So don't panic and certainly don't sell your Bitcoin. In my opinion, the best strategy is to simply wait for the golden cross to appear, which will signal the reversal of the current downtrend and confirm the start of the next uptrend. This could happen any time now, which is why I believe buying Bitcoin now is a great idea. And speaking of buying, when will the next liquidity cycle peak? There are three main factors that will determine this. Firstly, we have tax season, which usually takes about 2 to 3 months. Then we have the U.S. debt ceiling refill, also known as the TGA, which usually takes 1 to 2 months. And lastly, we have the Fed resuming QE, which according to some experts will only happen in Q3 or Q4 of 2025. That means that the liquidity crunch could last anywhere between 2 and 6 more months. The 2024 liquidity cycle is already looking very different to previous cycles. Instead of a sharp increase in liquidity followed by a big drop, we are getting a much more gradual decline. This is most likely due to the lack of QE. Remember, QE is the main driver of global liquidity. So without it, we won't see the same extreme levels as before. Now, some people like Arthur Hayes believe that the Fed will start a new stealth QE, where they stop buying mortgage-backed securities and instead start buying treasuries without expanding the balance sheet. This could happen sooner rather than later, especially if the markets continue to weaken. Now, here's a very important point. Some people confuse M2 money supply with global liquidity. They are not the same thing. Let me explain. M2 money supply is great for Bitcoin because, as you can see, there's a very strong correlation between the two. However, altcoins follow global liquidity, which is a much broader term that includes all central bank balance sheets and other liquidity tools, such as the reverse repurchase agreement rate. That's why, if we zoom out, we can see almost perfect correlation between global liquidity and the altcoin market. That means if you want to invest in Bitcoin, focus on M2. If you want to invest in altcoins, focus on global liquidity. Point 5. When will I sell my Bitcoin? My exit plan is now updated. Hold Bitcoin until at least end 2025, which is when I expect the next liquidity cycle to top out. I will then watch for 3 signals to confirm the start of the next leg down. The first signal will be a price target of $200K. The second will be the liquidity cycle peaking. And the third will be Bitcoin breaking the current uptrend and moving below the 50-week simple moving average. This is a lot firmer than my previous plan of selling when Bitcoin breaks the 21-week exponential moving average. Don't panic over little consolidations. Expect the next breakout now. I still aim for $200K plus, but the timeline I send 2025. M2 equals Bitcoin signal, global liquidity equals altcoin signal. Strategy: be patient, accumulate below 100K, watch for QE and macro shifts. Where do you see Bitcoin end of 2025? Thank you for watching, and leave a like if those informations are useful to you. See you in the next video.